What's up, everybody? I'm Dave,
I'm Wally.
and you're watching Real Reactions, where we go over the most jaw-dropping, crazy, sometimes creepy, and just weird TikToks and Instas. Let's get into it.
We have mummies in Alaska all the way to Ohio. They found 3,000 mummies in one cave in Kentucky, and they just burnt almost all of them. They used the mummies to burn because they needed to heat up the rock to collect it, to mine it. So they were just burning these mummies. That's what was happening. At least 3,000. And they had high dollar investors who were buying the really special one, probably the ones that were covered in ornate inscriptions. They're finding not only giants, but crazy stuff that no one has an explanation for. And looking at them here in 2023, it definitely, I think the timing couldn't be better to facilitate people seeing what these people were writing about 150 years ago or more.
We are going to stumble upon the truth, and it takes usually X amount of years, and this is when they start looking at, I don't know if they can trigger a reset or if they just happen to coincide, but all this information is coming out. Imagine what 7 more years is going to look like.
Just seems like unstoppable at this point. It's just what's the damage going to be? We have.
I did not know that there were mummies found in North America.
Alaska. Why is there mummies in Alaska, Dave?
Well, obviously, I have no idea. But that's very interesting that they found mummies. He said 3,000 in a cave in Kentucky.
That seems like it should be bigger news to me. I feel like they're slowly letting this stuff out. We're in Earth version 14.0.
Right, yeah, like there have been multiple resets time and time again.
Yep.
We really need to kind of start taking what we can find in the earth when we find like clues and stuff that there might be something there. We really should take that like really seriously and start digging, because there's going to be a lot of interesting history uncovered from digging into the earth.
We're especially fascinated by it, I think. I don't know if we're going to ever find... All we seem to be able to find out at this point is definitely there was ancient civilizations a lot longer back than we realized.
This celebrity says the devil himself runs Hollywood.
De Niro's building a $1 billion studio. How is that going to make money? What's the business plan? Is it over 30 years? That's my question.
De Niro's 81, isn't he? Like, how old is De Niro?
But that's what I'm saying. In the rating system of Hollywood, PG-13, rated R, which rating is the most profitable?
I would say PG.
Wrong. It's G. The children's films that are animated stories like Cinderella are the most profitable in all of Hollywood, and yet they're 30% of the production. So why would the system make 70% of something that doesn't make as much as the 30%? Yep. Why? Because it's spiritual. Because the devil runs Hollywood. And he wants that negative 70% to teach your kids all these other things. But the 30%, which makes the most money, is happiness and loving your mom and dad, and they make the most money. Why would Hollywood make less of the most profitable?
This celebrity says that...
Yeah, very good point. I've always thought, like, the Hollywood, you could almost consider the propaganda wing of the Illuminati, and at the top of the Illuminati pyramid, I've personally come to the conclusion, is the devil. At the very tippy top of the Illuminati pyramid, he's right, it's spiritual, it's the devil.
A Russian scientist injected himself with this ancient bacteria to see what would happen. Dr. Anatoly Brushkov discovered bacteria deep within the permafrost of Siberia that was 3.5 million years old, and somehow it was still alive. It was named Bacillus F, and after doing some experiments on it, he realized the bacteria not only seemed to be immune to aging, but also appeared to have a life-extending effect on almost every organism it touched. He tested the strain on female mice who were able to continue reproducing into old age, much older than the average mice could, and when he exposed it to crops, they grew faster and were more frost resistant. The town of Yakut, Siberia, close to where this bacteria was found, also happens to be one of the coldest human settlements on Earth, with their population reporting longer lifespans than average humans, perhaps due to Bacillus F leaking into their water supply. Dr. Brushkov was so convinced he said "F it" and injected himself with the ancient bacterium to test it out firsthand. 2 years later, he reported dramatic improvements to his general health, claiming to need less sleep, working longer hours, and just having more energy in his day-to-day life. He also also allegedly hasn't gotten sick since he injected himself with it, with him and his colleagues starting to call it the elixir of life. Dr. Brushkov did this in 2013 and claims to be in the best health of his life today. And I'm sure Big Pharma loves the idea of a miracle life potion that would potentially lose them billions of dollars a year in revenue, so we definitely should not question any articles that debunk this find. To be fair, these effects aren't exactly 100% confirmed and could very well be a placebo effect, but that sure didn't stop others from hopping on the Bacillus F bandwagon. German actress Manouche began self-medicating the bacteria and reported being able to go for longer runs, feeling less cold in the winter, and her skin just feeling softer and younger. Brushkov and his team insist the effects of Bacillus F are clear and significant, although they admit they're not yet sure why it has the effect it does. But if they can manage to isolate the gene responsible for the positive benefits of the bacteria, they may have just discovered the ultimate elixir of life. As long as there isn't, a whole ass industry with infinite money that tries to stop it. A Russian scientist injected himself with this ancient...
Can we get this stuff on Amazon?
Bacillus?
Bacillus F.
Bacillus F. I want to be looking.
Okay.
Also, I know I'm obsessed with the zombie apocalypse, but that's how it could start.
This might be anti-zombie apocalypse.
You could argue that, I guess.
Yeah. I'm going to do a little research into this Bacillus F. What if it's kind of cheap? You take a pill a day, you feel much better, you live longer, healthier.
Go ahead and get some. You try it. I'll see how it goes.
Okay. Maybe I'll read a few studies first.
Did the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns and 10 crowns upon his head just walk up out of the sea? It sure did. And that's next on the trumpet. You can see the 10 horns of the BRICS countries right here, and their flags represent the 10 crowns upon its head. The 7 heads of the beast out of the sea, well, those are the 7 continents of the world. And the 10 horns, which thou sawest, are the 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as of yet, but receive power as kings, 1 hour with the beast. This is right out of Revelation 13. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Those are the 7 heads coming out of the sea, and these are the 10 horns, and these are the 10 crowns upon each one of those horns. They are the 10 kings. The Geneva version of the Bible tells us exactly who we're dealing with. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against the worldly governors, the princes of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness, which are in the high places. These are all worldly governors. Revelation 13 continues right here. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. And just in case you let it get away from you, 2024 is the year of the dragon. I want you to look at that word right there, bricks. The fallen angels said to each other right here, let us make bricks. Let us build a city and a tower whose top may reach into heaven. Daniel is one of the most prophetic books in the Old Testament. And it says right here in chapter 7, and the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. Ezekiel 33:3 says, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. The verse right after that, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet, and taketh not warning, if the sword come, and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. You know me and my family love you, so please like and follow the trumpet for more. And in Jesus' name, have a blessed day.
I never thought about that.
Me either.
So the BRICS countries are countries coming together for economic power. Right, they're all going to supposedly go under one currency, settle all their trades in that currency, and back it with gold. That's what BRICS is. Mm-hmm. And the more and more countries are joining BRICS. Like all the time I hear reports every couple of weeks or every couple of months of more countries joining that kind of like economic treaty.
Please help me in. Huh? Please help me. What? What's wrong with you?
It did this to me. What? It took my daughter. Parker? Please let me inside. Parker!
God, that's creepy, dude. Like, kind of silly a little bit, but like...
I wasn't scared because whoever he is, it just wasn't a good actor.
That's not acting.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, you're probably right.
This footage right here literally is the reason I never ever want to leave my house again. Me and my husband don't really get out much together, so we hired a babysitter and went out to dinner. And my phone had an alert, and this is what we saw on the doorbell. We called our babysitter and told her to go into the master bedroom and lock herself in the bathroom. Told her basically nothing's wrong, just a precaution. And we left the restaurant and came right home. But on the way home, of course, I'm watching this. God, I don't know what was said. The whole video recorded as white noise. But clearly she has something in her hands and it looks like a baby. And there's a storm outside. I don't know what her intentions were until we saw what she did at the end. Before that, she's just staring up into the sky. There was no rain. It was just thunder and lightning, constant. I had the babysitter on speakerphone on the way home while I'm watching this happen. We try to reassure her and let her know that the police are on their way. It won't be too long. What I saw next made my heart drop.
Wait. Wait, her heart dropped when she dropped the clearly fake baby?
Yeah, it was clearly fake baby. It's just so staged.
Yeah. Like, that's her. The girl talking is that exact girl right there.
Yeah. Somebody's got too much time on her hands.
Yeah. They could have at least tried to do a convincing job with the baby.
It's just, yeah, it was just...
She's literally like holding it by its leg in the beginning, just looking around.
Whatever. She probably got 200,000 views.
Yeah.
It's late, and you're out in the woods when you spot not one, but two pairs of glowing eyes staring back at you. You'd think they're just deer, or maybe a bear, right? But people in the comments are saying, those eyes are set way too wide apart for cattle. And one comment stands out. You can speculate all you want, but when you figure out all of a sudden there's eyes as wide as pine trees peeking around, it hits differently. So, what would you do? Just stand there or make a run for it?
Let's just look above the tree.
Here's where it gets even stranger. Some viewers noticed that there's a second set of eyes, slightly higher up. Others are guessing it's a skinwalker, or something even more unsettling. One person even commented, "My feet were off the end of my bed, and I had to put them up." It's moments like this that make you wonder, what's really lurking out there in the dark? Let me know. Would you stick around to find out or take off with the dog?
What?
Where'd it go?
I don't know.
What's behind that tree?
Uh-huh.
What the hell? Yo, I heard something out here.
I don't know.
Well, what do you think that was behind those trees?
The fact that they stayed in the same spot and whatever it was never, like, changed. Like,
Yeah.
did that.
Clearly some sort of evil entity. No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Staged.
If you're still here, do us a huge favor and hit that like button. We're trying to grow the channel and we would really appreciate it. Also, subscribe if you want to catch us in the next one, and we'll see you later. Bye.